Okay. Thanks. I guess I can stay in this tractor and tell you guys about what's happening, because I'm, you know, kind of in here. Oh, it says to fasten my seatbelt. Nick didn't tell me to fasten my seatbelt. Oh my god, it's really messed up. I said in this one, what I was always scared of in college was rolling over. And at first I was like, even if you rolled over in this thing, like, it's not just a rollover bar, it's a cage, so you'd be fine. But I don't like that I'm using this auger and drilling into the ground and it's gonna lift me up off the ground. My fear is going over backwards. But Nick said it won't happen because I have tracks instead of wheels. Should be fine. Anyway, you guys, welcome to the tractor stream. Again, my tractor experience is very limited. My tractor experience is I did a lab where we had one really, really, really big pile of dirt and like a dozen old tractors that were donated by old ag guys to my college. And all of us took turns driving each one of the tractors, and we would move the big, big pile of dirt from one side of the field to the other side. And the next week we'd go and move it back. And then we had to take a test. I'm going to be honest, it was actually a shockingly difficult class because we had to take a test on all like OSHA requirements. It was a lot to memorize. And I don't remember any of it. So, is what it is. Isn't that a bobcat? Shut up. This is not a tractor. How about you shut up? Okay? Yes, it is. He's a tractor to me. It's a skid steer, you city girl. Why don't you shut up? Okay? Misleading stream title? Why don't you shut up? Guys, can we focus? I have things to tell you. Okay, so the reason that we have this tractor today is because we are building a new enclosure. This is big, okay? I think the last ambassadors that we acquired were the marmosets, I think. And that was, oh god. Who's that, Kylie? Okay. The marmosets were last year. But we just got word that there is an ambassador who needs a home, and it is a type of animal that we've been talking about for a long time. I will let you make your guesses before I tell you what it is. It's not another... Oh. It's fine. Vulture, elephant, pangolin, tiger, shark, wombat, pig, dinosaur, great white. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have let you guess because I'm worried you may be disappointed. Because it's not like a tiger. I'll give you a hint. It's not... It's big, but it's not that big. It's big for the type of animal that it is. Let's play 20 questions. What? Beetle's in the bucket. She wants to go to work. Full grown weight. Good question. Good first question. Males? No. Females, because that's what she is. Full grown weight, 100 pounds. Does it have feathers? No. Don't make your guesses. We're doing 20 questions. We're on question number 2. Is it a bird? No, you idiot. I just said it doesn't have feathers. You wasted a question. That was question number 3. Does it walk on all fours? Yes. Is it native to the Americas? No. Is it a rodent? No. Is it nocturnal? Crepuscular? Most active at dusk and dawn? Can it kickflip hypothetically? No. Absolutely not. Is it a solitary animal? Yes. Does it have short, stubby little legs? This one's hard, actually, because that's not really an objective. Like, do you think it has stubby legs? I think kind of. Sure, yes. What the hell? Does it have horns? No. We're on question number 12. Does it have 4 legs? Yes, I kind of already answered that. What's the last letter The last letter of the name of the species is an E. Is it a carnivore? No. What age does it live up to? 100. 100 years old. Up to 100 years old. That's a bit of a giveaway. Yes! Well done, chatters! It's a tortoise! It's a tortoise? More specifically, a sulcata tortoise, also called an African spurred tortoise. Are you guys familiar? So, right now, she's about this big. She's about 4 years old and she's about this big. Females, this is the 3rd largest tortoise species in the world. So she's about 11 inches long right now. The females will get to be about 20 inches, so she'll double in size. Males will get to be about 30 inches. Males will be 200 pounds. Females will be about 100 pounds. So I'll show you her right now. And then I'll also show you where she's coming from. So, first of all, her name, we're calling her peepoPog. And you'll see why in a second. It's because of the way her head moves. Poppy for short. Look. Good luck. Can you see it? Can you see it? Do they see it? Can you see her? They said yes. Okay, so that's peepoPog. She's very small right now. But she will get much larger. This is a picture of a full-grown male sulcata tortoise. How big does she get? Really big! So, right now, peepoPog is in a 40-gallon tank. Because she's a baby. But we need to build her a new enclosure that will suit her for her growth, her massive growth. So we're gonna start digging a trench around her enclosure because we need to put concrete in the trenches. We need to do a concrete trench around her enclosure, and we need to bury wire as well. These tortoises burrow in the wild. They can burrow like 10 feet. Usually they just do like 30 inches down, but they can do 10-foot burrows. In captivity, we have been told that they dig through brick. So, that's why we're going to, we're going to put concrete around her enclosure, and to get it deep enough, we need this auger. So, I guess we can drive up there. Should I walk? You want to walk up there? Okay, let's walk up there, and I'll talk about her as we're walking up, and then I'll show you guys what the plan is. Kylie, that's a really just insane place to sit, I'm gonna be honest. So, the reason we're getting Poppy is because she was with a family who, I'm not sure at what point they got her, but you can get them super easily and readily at like reptile expos. They breed really well in captivity, and when sulcatas are born, they're like the size of a golf ball. Like they're like little, and so people see them and they're so cute, and then people are like, oh, I want one, and then they buy it, and then it's like, oh, it needs a giant enclosure. Do you need something? Okay. Oh, it needs a giant enclosure. Oh, it can dig through bricks. Oh, whatever. So this family that got peepoPog is moving, and they couldn't take her with them. So they gave her to a lady who doesn't want her. The lady's just holding on to her temporarily because we started having these conversations. This is in California. They gave her to a lady with like pretty much no instructions. Again, this lady's just holding her temporarily, is like doing us a favor. But I was like, how is she? What is she eating? What blah, blah, like what'd they give you? What instructions? What background? And she was like, I don't know anything about her. She eats fruits and vegetables. And she's like, they just gave me a heat lamp. And I was like, oh, great. Okay. So it's just one of those things, you know, someone gets a pet that's going to live 100 years and is going to be 100 pounds. And then 4 years into having her, they're like, well, we got to move. So the reason that we are acquiring her is, one, because she needs a home. And two, because sulcatas are endangered. African spurred tortoises are listed as endangered by IUCN right now. They live in Central Africa. And they're endangered for a number of reasons. One is that the international pet trade. People want them as pets because they're cool and charismatic and huge, but when they're babies, they're cute and small. So international pet trade is one reason. The second reason is they're being outcompeted by domestic cattle on grasslands because we raise so much beef out there. And they live on these grasslands and they're getting outcompeted by our cows that we're using for the beef industry. And three, slash and burn clear cutting methods for agriculture. So they're dying to anthropogenic fires as well. So again, peepoPog is in a 40-gallon enclosure, which if you see this line, this spray paint line, a 40-gallon enclosure is like, I would be the corner of it-ish. Right? So like here. Ish. I don't have a tape measure. It's about a 40-gallon tank. She's not that big. She's only 11 inches right now. We are making her enclosure this big. About 45 feet by 15 feet. This is gonna be peepoPog's enclosure. She's in a very temporary situation that was just kind of dropped on this poor lady because this family was like, we gotta up and move. So we want to get her here as soon as possible. So a couple things about this enclosure. Today with the bobcat, we're gonna go along these edges and make a trench. That's my work for today, is making trenches the best we can. And then I probably won't get here, but other things about this enclosure, this X that you see here, she's a female. You know how chickens lay eggs without roosters? Sulcatas will do the same thing. So she'll probably lay eggs, even though she'll be an only tortoise here. And we need to dig out a nesting box for her to lay eggs in. She's gonna have a 10 by 10 foot shed. Thank you for the bits. So she's gonna have a 10 by 10 shed space that's gonna be insulated because this is an African tortoise. She's not adapted to living in Texas because she's not supposed to. Thank you for the $25. Tortoises. Oh my God, this is 10 feet. Jeez. Okay, this is gonna be her 10 foot by 10 foot shelter space. Or inside space. So she's gonna have an insulated shed space because tortoises can't do anything under than like 45 degrees, and it's less than 45 degrees right now. And next week it's supposed to be like 10 degrees. So she's gonna have to be inside with heating. Ah! Thank you for the $100! I need to fix this alert feed because I can't see any of those.
Yes, IAC92 donated $100 to charity.
Outside we're gonna do a concrete pool. Like pond, a real shallow one, maybe like a few feet across. So it'll be like, you know, that much water, like something, you know, not a ton of water, but they like water. So we're gonna do a pool. We're gonna do a nesting box outside as well. And then we plan on sectioning off a spot for growing produce for her. They are herbivores. They'll eat a variety of produce though. They love hibiscus. We want to grow some hibiscus for her. And thank you very much. How tall will the inside be? So it's going to be inside shed. Outside, we're going to do wire over the top. It'll probably be between 7 and 10 feet tall, whatever is cheapest material-wise, because we want to do like standard lumber sizes. So I'm not exactly sure yet. But it doesn't have to be tall for her. Obviously, she doesn't need any vertical space. Sakuya, thank you. All right, you guys ready to get started? What animal is this for? An African spurred tortoise. Our newest ambassador. Push pop. I'm leaving it. Why not make the enclosure bigger? You don't lack room, just curious. That is not something I expected to hear today. That's crazy. It's 45 feet by 15 feet. That's crazy. Avoiding the question. We're not going to make it bigger because that's where it fits in that space. And it is a massive enclosure for a tortoise. It's already well above and beyond the space that she needs. And I feel really good about the size of it. So that's why we're not making it bigger. Also, it costs more money to make it bigger. So, yeah.